It's been a
I'm so glad we did.
Yes, yes.
Now,
Yeah, I'm in the, let's not mess it up, okay?
I've got one that rescue.
Okay, everybody. Okay, I want to welcome everybody to the SHAC meeting. If you haven't already signed in, be sure and sign in before you leave. And we've got Miss Mary Copeland on video here, so she is in attendance as well. Feel free to eat up our lovely lunch over there. It's good, I love Subway. I had to get a bite or two before we started. So I want to welcome everybody. And we don't have a lot on the agenda for today, so probably most of what we'll be talking about is an open discussion, is try to kind of figure out what we want to do next. And so we'll talk about that in just a second. But first, we're going to start with some nurse updates, and we will let Nurse Kara tell us what's going on at the elementary.
Well, since our last meeting, Health-Wise Elementary, I think, is doing a lot better. We still have some strep, little virus, COVID flu lingering around, but it's not near as bad as what the last meeting was. Stuff going on right now is really for staff. We don't really have anything going on for the kids right now, but we do have the Biggest Loser in the 60-mile challenge going on right now, so everybody's got their competitive spirits about them. Except mine's not doing so good this year. Food is taking over, but that's really all.
I wonder who's sending all that food to the elementary.
Sabotagers.
Okay, well, with the secondary side, same thing. I've seen some stomach virus this week, which is more than I've seen in the past weeks. And we have lingering strep and flu and some COVID, but nowhere near like we were. It's just the sporadic, one here, one there kind of deal. With Biggest Loser, we've got 9 participants at the elementary and 11 at the secondary. So we are revved up, ready to go to drop some weight, because the secondary is going to win this year. I have faith. I have faith.
Did you put me on the elementary?
You're still on our list.
Dr. Cedars, we were the victorious champions last year over at elementary.
I think elementary's won every year we've done it.
Yeah, but they fattened up before they.
That's right.
They do. 100%. They bulk.
Little bulk job.
You're
Christmas bulk.
They bulk beforehand, for sure. So that competition is going through the first week of March, and so we'll be able to announce the winner to y'all at the next meeting. And then we do have the 60-mile challenge. February is Heart Month, so we call it the 60-mile walk, jog, bike, or crawl challenge. So anything we can do to get 60 miles. Sometimes it is crawling. But we have a document. We have 16 participants campus-wide of staff members that are logging in their miles. And so the goal is to get 60 each. And we've got 2, maybe 3 that are over 20 miles, and someone already has 31 miles so far. I know. I'm like, ooh, they are running. So, and today is February 7th, so yes, so somebody already has 31 miles. So, kudos to them. You do 10 miles every morning?
Monica does 10 miles every morning on the cycle.
You should have told her to join our walk challenge. Yeah, that would be great. Also for the secondary side, we will be teaching hands-only CPR and stop the bleed after we get back from winter break. We teach that to all the high school students, so every year I teach the 7th grade, and then I catch up for anybody that's missed for previous years or has moved in and is new to the district, because it's a requirement that they have some sort of CPR, the hands-only CPR. They have to have that before they can graduate. So we start at 7th grade and go up, so that everybody is exposed to it in the event that something happens, that we can get help, because we are very rural and we are so far away from an ambulance being here. We're at least 20 minutes, and that's on the quick side, but probably closer to 30, 35 minutes before somebody gets here. So the more people that know what to do, the better. And we have 10 AEDs in our district. So not in every building, but just about in every building.
Y'all teach the kids how to use those too?
The kids that are in my class have the full CPR and know how to use the AEDs. The hands-only CPR, I show it to them, but we don't go specific in depth with the 7th graders because the maturity level sometimes is a little off. But the kids that go through my class get their CPR card from the American Heart Association. And then Stop the Bleed is something else that came out a couple of years ago, and so we offer that to all of our students as well, and I start in 7th grade with that. So the next thing is counselor update.
All right, so I'm going to kind of go back. We looked at the calendar before we came over here and kind of go back to some of the things we've done. It's like we talked about at the beginning of all this, our big push this year and real focus has been, and these students can all tell you, mental health, because in student council you have, every year you have like a theme, something that the whole district, and this year it's just what's your need. And so we talked about as a council, we wanted to really recognize and raise awareness and help with mental health. So in November, I know we talked about this a little bit, but we had Shayna Knoll come out. She talked about bullying prevention, and she did that with all of our secondary students. In December, one of our big things is we don't want students to go without. We know how that could be, so we partner with the middle school council and the elementary leadership, and we do camp food drive and Toys for Tots during that time, during that month, and that stays here in Maud. That's the greatest thing to me about both of those programs is it actually benefits our students, so we don't have to worry about students doing without. And this year we actually, Nurse Kara, she kind of helped us on the elementary side and then also on the pickup side, because we do that through, so we do the baskets through the Church of Christ. We do the leftover cans, they go to the First Baptist Church in their food pantry, and then the toys go to the Methodist Church. So we partnered with the churches, and Nurse Carol was up there, and we all had people actually come and get them this year. And it was so wonderful. Everybody was so thankful, and every single person that we contacted about like asking if they wanted a basket, they got their basket, and they came and got them, or we figured out something to send it home if they didn't have transportation. But that was really good to see that in our community and stuff. And our little kids that were up there, they actually helped. They helped load the baskets, they helped load them into the cars, so that was really good to get the kids involved. And then these students actually take them all up there, so they help with that as well. In January, we focused on Kindness Week, where again, inclusion's been our big thing this year. We really focused on that. Elementary Council headed that up, and like I said, middle school and high school, we kind of piggybacked off of that. I'm going to let Brooklyn talk a little. I'm just going to kind of go through the list, and then I'll let Brooklyn kind of go in a little bit more. February, we have something coming up. I'm going to let Brooklyn go into it. But we're going to do, how the elementary always does their Valentine parties. And our kids say, well, we don't ever do Valentine parties or any kind of parties. So we got approval from Mr. Wyndham. We appreciate him always supporting us in our little things. But we're going to do a Valentine party this year. We're going to do it during tutorials, and Miss Neal's going to help us out her classes. We're going to buy the supplies, and we're just going to have kind of like what our drug-free rally is. We're going to go outside. We're going to play games. We're going to have music. We're going to, and then she's going to make some of the different little desserts for us and everything. And our theme is You're Loved. And so we're going to do that next Wednesday during tutorials for high school, and then during tutorials for middle school. March. We're going to have our Say Something Week, and that is really about, again, inclusion, but also finding a trusted adult. And that's going to lead right into April being Child Abuse Prevention Month. Miss Trinity's not here today, but she and I have already worked out. She's going to come out on the 10th and the 16th to meet with all secondary students to talk about healthy relationships and talk about getting help and trusted adults and all that good stuff, to kind of reiterate what we're going to talk about in March and April. We'll have our Go Blue Day. And then I'm going to let Brooklyn, she had a really good idea. I'm going to let her tell you what our theme is going to be. Brooklyn, go ahead and let them know what our focus.
So for our mental health thing in May, we're going to graduate.
gonna be in front.
She said, no more school, that's the mental health break. I was like,
You know what, Brooklyn, that is our mental health.
I said, that's for everybody, so.
I think it's gonna benefit everybody, so that'll be what we're gonna do in May. But I'll talk to y'all a little bit about Say Something Week, which is what we're gonna do in March. So basically, like she said, it's another week for just inclusion and raising awareness to like bullying and all that kind of stuff. But the main thing about Say Something Week is finding a trusted adult that you can talk to, finding like upstanders. So on Tuesday there'll be an upstander day, and it's like give appreciation to an upstander, which is just someone who stands up for bullying or stands up for themselves or other people. So it's just finding those type of people and recognizing those people. So a couple of days, you've got Make a Difference Monday, which is just where there's a pledge, and it's just the I Promise to Say Something pledge. So we'll do that pledge, and then we have Upstander Tuesday. Like I said, you give appreciation to an upstander. And then Who's With Me Wednesday, we'll hit on like support groups, like how it's important to be find a group of people, kind of like just like for us, like we're all athletes, so like our team, like that is our support group most of the time is your teammates, just because that's who you're around the most. And then you've got Trusted Adult Thursday. So that's where you go to your trusted adult and you just make sure, hey, like, by the way, if something starts happening to me, I'm going to give you some warning signs. So I'm not saying anything is, but if something is happening, I'm going to start giving you some signs, or, you are my trusted adult. And then you've got Unity Friday, which is just another, you're going to make the pledge again that I promise to say something. So, and then we've got a couple more activities that we're going to do throughout that week for like, just again, to raise awareness and to learn about how important it is to have support and have a trusted adult.
And one of our big things that we talked about, like I said, as a group, was you can make so much, you can affect, I guess, so many more people when you have students involved, because that peer relationship, and a lot of times, well, you're just another adult telling me something, but when peers are saying it, when they see peers doing it, a lot of times, well, I want to be like Grandma, I want to do that, or I want to be like Micah. And so that's what we're really trying to utilize in our groups, and Miss Hawkins is really working hard with her group, and Miss Lisa's working hard with her little group, is trying to have that peer interaction to where I want to be like them, and I see them doing this, and I see them raising awareness about this. It's okay for me to talk about it too. So that's kind of why we really have got the kids involved, especially this year, to really help us with that, of raising awareness, and also for people to normalize it, so that people don't feel uncomfortable having conversations or, stepping out of their comfort zone to talk to someone who, about something that is uncomfortable and stuff. So that's kind of our theme for this year, but also the reasoning behind what we're doing.
Okay, thank you. That sounds good. Okay, the next thing is open discussion. I know that Ms. Brady, you brought up the waiver. That's that we're not going to be serving
For summer school.
for summer school. Okay, we'll have that officially at our next meeting. That's something that we've seen before, but it's something that the SHAC will talk about. But when we have all that officially, we'll do that at the next meeting. Is there any other discussion, open discussion, anything anybody wants to talk about?
If I may, since last time I spoke about the Raptor system.
Yeah,
We're
please.
finally in the final phases of getting that implemented, where the silent panic alarm or alert is on the faculty and staff members' smart devices. So hopefully by the end of this month, we'll be campus-wide and ready to go.
We actually have a meeting on that today.
Day is the secondary campus, and hopefully later this month we'll finish up with the elementary campus. And we'll be ready to go with full implementation of it.
And then you can let us all know how it's going at the next meeting.
Sure.
Thank you. Anything else? Y'all are awfully quiet today.
Can't believe we don't have anything to say.
I know. Glad the sun is shining. Okay, well, if that is it, then we need to schedule our next meeting. Hold on, let me grab calendar and see what we've got going. Does anybody have the school calendar up? Because I've got just a regular calendar.
For next year?
No, for like April-ish.
No.
When is spring break?
That's the 11th through the 15th of April.
Spring break is the 11th through the 15th?
Yes.
What year
Oh,
am I
man,
looking
I
at?
thought
The
it was
first
the
through
fifth.
fifth. It's the first through the fifth.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
looking at the wrong thing, I'm sorry.
My heart just dropped. I was like, hotel.
See, on my calendar, the 11th through the 15th is like a Thursday through a Tuesday.
That's the old calendar. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
That was the year before last, wow.
so when is testing? Do we do,
8 through there.
Yeah, most of them are the end of April, they start, or middle of April.
so do we have testing April 17th, that
I can
Wednesday?
pull it up on my documents.
Okay. There's STAR testing for 4th grade on the 17th, but nothing on the 10th? April 10th? April 9th through 19th.
Is she not doing something?
Amanda, are you looking up the days?
Yeah, I'm having to log in. Okay, let's see.
Uh, 4th grade is STAR testing on the 17th, but will you check the 10th and see if anybody's
No,
testing?
there's the 11th, there's not the 10th.
Or not the 10th, so is everybody okay
11th is the
with
first day of testing.
testing? So is everybody okay with April 10th for our last meeting? Okay, we will do April 10th at 12:30, and I will get that on the school calendar. Does anybody have anything else? Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Wendell, is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank y'all. Finish eating, we've got plenty to eat.
This is like my 10th year. I think on